welcome to game time. For our first game, we are going to do an all-team relay race. We're going to do 2 laps, but you guys have to run backwards, okay? So tallest to smallest. Get ready. On your mark, get set. Wait a second. Where are all of our clubbers at?
Hi girls, we are really missing you. We decided to do a video, more than one, we'll see how many we do, but to just stay in touch with you and let you know what's going on. You know, we all were sent home a couple weeks ago, weren't we? But God's not surprised at all about what goes on in the world and of course in our lives. So I want to remind you of that. Even though we might not know when we're going to go back to school or when I'm going to go back to work or when we're going to be back at church, it's okay because God has got it all figured out and we just can trust in Him. That's what we learned in Awana, isn't it? We've been learning about Jesus all year long and we can trust Him. You might be wondering about saying your verses. You've been working on them and now you don't know when you're going to be able to say them. It's okay. We're going to be able to say them. You can either reach out to me. The letter that was sent to you has my phone number on it, so you can call me or text me, or we can do it next year when you come back to Awana. When are we coming back to Awana? Well, it really looks like it will be in the fall when school starts up again. That means we've missed our awards ceremony, right? That's okay. We will do Awana a little differently even as we start out in the fall. Maybe in the fall we're going to have an awards ceremony. We'll just see what happens, but we're all going to be flexible, and most of all, we are going to just trust that God's got it all in control, because girls, He does.
That actually works really
I
well.
want to wear this.
Why not?
Because. Oh man.
Let's see how high I can make it go.
That was pretty good.
You know, that makes me think of our Awana girls.
Yes.
You know how much they love my scrunchies. So what's been the best thing you've baked since?
Oh my
you've
word,
been-
I've done so much baking, Hannah. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I've gained like 10 pounds this quarantine.
No way.
I have way too much time, and my mom and I have been baking lots of things.
What's the best thing you've made?
Probably monster cookies.
Ooh.
And I was really sad because I couldn't share it with the band kids that we
Yeah, because they would have loved that. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi guys.
We thought we were by ourselves.
Yeah, we were just talking about our experience with the quarantine and everything.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of changes for both of us.
Yeah, for sure. What do you feel like has been the biggest change for you with everything going on?
Yeah, well, for me, it started off with, I had a trip planned to go see my sister in Japan, and obviously I couldn't go, so I was really disappointed about that. But I'm working from home, so I'm not seeing my friends or my coworkers, and I really miss them. But what about you?
I think, yeah, the same thing for me too. Definitely being home a lot more in the evenings. You know, I don't play volleyball in the evenings anymore. I don't go to Awana anymore. I miss those things a lot. So that's been a big change. And I was actually supposed to go out of state for for about 2 months, and that got canceled as well. So
That's
yeah,
hard.
definitely.
And I bet you guys have had a lot of things that have been canceled and changed too.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to school.
No.
Your sports events have probably been canceled, and your concerts have been canceled.
Yeah, and even just seeing their friends at school probably.
I bet you miss your friends a lot, because I miss mine. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen each other since, I think, everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over a month.
It's been a long
Yeah,
time.
it has.
Yeah, so those are kind of some of the probably disappointing things for us about just having our world change so quickly. But there's also been a lot of good things about it, I think, at least. So what have been some of those things for you?
Yeah, I would say I'm enjoying the extra time with my family. Yes, you know, we all have our moments where we annoy each other, which I'm sure you experience that too. But it has been really sweet just to have more time with my family, and I would say more time to read. We're working on our third puzzle right now, and just having more time to spend in God's Word too have been some highlights. What about you?
Yeah, I think, yeah, the same things you're saying. I love that I can be with my family more. We've had a lot of fun game nights. I don't know if any of you guys like to play games.
Their game nights are pretty intense. She was just telling me about that.
Yeah, and then also just being able to be outside more. I've really enjoyed just the sunshine. We had some really good weather over the past couple of weeks. And so I've been painting some things, doing a lot of stuff in the yard, and that's been super nice. Yeah, so those have been some of the good things.
So Hannah, how would you encourage the girls that are listening?
I think something I would like to share with you guys is that it can feel pretty lonely, just with everything that's changed. You don't see quite as many people as you did before, but there's one person, I think you know who I'm talking about, that hasn't left you in this, and he's not going to, and that's your Savior. If you're Christian, Jesus will never leave you. So I think of the verse Hebrews 13:5, and in that it says, "For he hath said, I will never leave you nor forsake you." And that doesn't just mean that God is standing there next to you not doing anything. That means that he's with you there to comfort you. He's with you there to give you strength when you feel like you can't keep going, when you miss your friends, when you miss school, when you miss all the way that your life used to be, that it's not anymore. So that's something that I would say. What about you?
Well, it's neat because just a few verses later in verse 8, it says that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So even though a lot has changed in our lives just the last few weeks, we know that Jesus never changes and that he is always with us, like Hannah said. So we hope that you're encouraged during this time and that you'll choose to find the things that you're thankful for, even though there's been a lot of change. So we love you guys and miss you very much in Awana.
Hi again, girls. We've moved outside. It's not very warm today, but we are going to plant some flowers because it is going to be warm, and who doesn't love a pretty pot of flowers, right? So we've got 3 pots here. This is one of my favorite colors, and it's bright and springy, so I thought that would be fun. And we're going to plant zinnias and marigolds. And we're going to do an experiment as we go through the summer. So there are going to be some things that are consistent, and then there are going to be some things that are different with each pot. So what's consistent? We all have the same pot. We're going to use soil, we're going to use seeds, and we're going to place them all in a sunny environment. So we're going to pot some flowers, or pot the seeds right now, and then I'm going to find out if these girls know anything at all about watering or planting flowers. So join along with us, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some soil in each one of the pots. So Hannah, why don't you hand me your pot, or we can just exchange. That's even a better idea. You girls are smarter than I give you credit for, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right, and then we can use that pencil to poke holes. The instructions, what do the instructions say, Hannah?
For the zinnia, it says sow in average soil. You mean how deep to go?
Yeah.
1/4 of an inch.
1/4 of an inch.
Mine is the same.
Okay.
And put it in full sun. Don't let it freeze or else it'll die.
Okay, so we have to bring them inside tonight because it's going to be cold
It's going to
tonight,
be cold.
I think.
So
all right.
we're going to poke
That's right.
Okay, so what did we decide? What are we doing?
three zinnias in the middle.
3,
Yeah.
3 seeds. Look at those tiny seeds. Can you imagine?
Whoa.
Look at those 3 tiny, tiny seeds. Wow, and so then those are going to go in the middle. I'm going to grab your pencil and I'm going to do 3 holes for mine. And then we're going to plant 3 marigolds on the outside. Oh, mine looks kind of like a face. Thank you.
There you go. Do you
All
want
right.
more than that? Or is that
No, I'm just going to put 1 seed in each hole because that's what it says to do. And then we're going to do 3 marigolds around the
Around
outside.
Whoa, these look different. Look at these.
Oh. Yeah, those are long and narrow, and the
Yeah.
others were kind of fat. Yeah,
Blow
they're
away.
gonna blow away.
Oh, I think
All right.
oh, no, I didn't.
All right, so I'm gonna
Do you
put
need some?
3,
I do. Yes. How deep did it say to go with these ones? Quarter.
a 1/4 inch also.
So Connie, have you planted flowers at your house yet?
Not outside yet.
Not
no.
outside,
But I will plant a lot. When I was a little kid, I was riding my tricycle at my grandma's house,
Uh-huh.
and she had bunches of marigolds along the sidewalk. Well, I wasn't
Aw,
paying
oh,
very
really?
close attention,
Oh no.
and yeah, you know where this story is going. I ran into her marigolds.
Oh
And
no.
marigolds have a really distinct smell to them.
Yeah.
Well, I went in the house smelling like marigolds, and of course my grandma asked me if I'd gotten into her marigolds, and
What did
I
you
was
say?
I was a little sinner and I lied to her. I said
Uh-oh.
nope. Well, she knew better because I smelled like the marigolds, and I had a good grandma who wasn't afraid to hand out spankings, and so
Ooh.
I actually got a spanking from my grandma because I lied to her. So that's what I think about when I think about marigolds.
I'm
Almost
surprised
every
you
time.
That's a good.
Still plant
Yeah,
them with that
I
as your
know.
memory.
Probably
Exactly.
makes you smile every time you plant them.
It does, it does. So we've got them watered. My pot I have watered. So what we're gonna do is our experiment is gonna be that we are gonna water one pot really, really well 1 time a week. A second pot we're gonna water every day. And then our third pot we're gonna water every day, but we're also gonna put some fertilizer on it 1 time a week. And so every time we do a video, we're gonna look at our flowers and see how they're doing. And I think this is gonna be really fun because when we do come back in the fall, they're gonna be growing and they're gonna be big and they're gonna be beautiful. But we're gonna see if each pot looks a little different. So I hope you tune in every time we do a video so you can hear from us first of all, and you can check the progress of our flowers.